Some people are actually pretty good, and then just
There he
don't
is.
play comp.
Alright, everyone's here. Welcome, guys. Good scrims.
Yeah, good scrims, guys.
Shit, we were
GG's.
playing against Guts. What the fuck?
Just to let you guys know, I think this is the beginning of our 3rd week as a team.
Oh,
Yeah.
no worries, man.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm just letting you guys, because I think you guys have been a team for much longer. But
Yeah, about 2 months now, I think.
2.5.
We
Wow.
were trying. We
No
were trying
wonder
out Captain
someone else
tonight.
was
Actually,
figuring it out.
first time we played with him.
Yeah.
Tonight wasn't my tryout though, was it?
Well,
Maybe. We don't know.
Oh, you done though.
oh
No
god.
pressure.
Oh,
No
God.
pressure.
I'm willing to sign up as a sub. No.
No, I'm just kidding. How do you guys want to do this? Do you want to go down the line, like start at a weigh-in and go down, or do like team feedback?
Let's do like team-based feedback. I like it
Okay.
more. I
Well,
like
we'll let
We can
guess.
contact you
Unless
for
anyone just-
individual feedback if we want it. I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, guess
Speaking of
team.
which, I'm gonna need to talk after.
So that's
yeah,
you
do you-
guys.
Do you guys want to start?
Oh,
Whoever wants to start.
Or we can
From
start,
BI.
I guess.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, we can
Yeah, let's
start.
just get the ball rolling.
All right. Who wants to go first?
okay.
Croc.
I'll go then.
Let's go.
Fuck. Okay.
All right, what did
So
you think?
on Horizon Lunar Colony, on your defense, your first defense. I don't. Did you have another one? I don't think you did. But
No.
anyways, that first defense that you had, you got like shoved back in the corner there on the first point. Like we pushed you hard, and then you got stuck in the back.
Mhm.
Like you guys kind of.
Yeah.
You guys shoved yourself in the back there, and that's
What happened
like,
was the Lucio like pushed a little like far forward, and Genji was able to chunk him down, and then I like finished him off, and then we just kind of snowballed that, I think.
yeah.
But yeah, getting
like-
caught back in there probably didn't help too much. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you guys were playing a comp that like should theoretically do pretty well in like closed spaces like that, but once we got like the first pick, I think that kind of just changed everything.
That spot's like a death trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're gonna take that thing, you should spread out a little bit.
Yeah, or have like a
You
point
actually
team
just
and then
fall
have like
back in.
people outside who can collapse in and help.
But you guys
or
did
shoot
really
in.
well stalling that second point.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, really
definitely.
well. That was
Yeah.
actually an annoying stall to
Yeah,
deal
we
with.
had to like jump
Yeah.
target to target to target. It was crazy.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, that was
we had really good.
obnoxious.
Yeah.
We've been focusing on just like getting bodies onto point, especially on like second point 2 CP, because you get like the spawn timers like go up for the enemy team, so it's like really big when you get just more bodies on there than them. So that's something we were focusing on. I think that helped us a little bit with that push.
Want to keep going, Max?
Also on 2CP, when you guys were pushing in, like you couldn't deal with our stall, and I think that might have been because you guys like weren't targeting like one person and then going to the next. So like it's very important on 2CP, like especially to like try and get on one person and then go to the next person, the next and the next. Just keep going
Mhm.
like progressively, because if you just like overall try and do more damage than them, it's just not going to work, because we're just going to heal
Yeah.
each other back up.
You
And
just need to kill them faster and they respawn, and yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
it.
so like if they're funneling one by one, then just kill the first person, then move to the next, then move, then move. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
so getting those long respawn timers like really helps with that. Like even if you don't have any picks yet, like if you have you get one pick and you have all 60 on the point, it's the longer respawn frame that can count for a lot.
Yeah. Also, calling damage numbers is good too, because then you can go help each other out. Because like if you call that like someone's low in the back, someone could dive on it and help you try and kill the person back faster.
Yeah, calling cooldowns, numbers, things like that.
Yeah.
Out of position teammates, all that stuff.
I'd
Your
say.
defense-
Oh,
oh,
you
sorry.
keep going.
No, go for it. I was gonna like change topics kind of.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like for the most part, it seemed like you guys are pretty set in like solid on each hero role. Like it felt like you were doing what you needed to be doing in fights. I think like fundamentally what I was seeing map to map was just like it's really just stuff that I think you guys will pick up over time. Like nothing I would put too much like onus on now, but it is something that you should focus on is just probably that focus communication like Max was just talking about, like going target to target, like having that clear shot caller who's gonna like call the targets and call where to be and just listening to it and then just going from one to the other, because at times it felt like, because I was the Winston player, like the main tank, and there was times where like you guys were really good at punishing me when I dove too far or got a little too far away from my healers.
Oh,
But
when
then
you
there
guys
were
got third floor on the Watch Point Gibraltar and you just destroyed him.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention you guys defended third point Gibraltar really well.
Yeah,
That was
so there was times like that,
shit to kill
and then
you.
there was other times where I would go in a little recklessly but be able to get out, which it should be pretty punishable for you guys if you have that clear line of communication. So, but for the most part, I thought you guys played really well on a lot of the points. Like, it was good.
I didn't feel that contested as a healer in general. It might be because I'm playing Moira, but even as Mercy, like sometimes like the Diva would come up and try to bully me. Sometimes the Tracer would. That's something else I wanted to kind of comment on. Is the target focus, especially from the DPS standpoint, when I was playing Mercy, felt pretty lax compared to what I was used to. I'm not sure if you guys were just calling different targets and you just turned your focus away, but there was one point when I was on the ground at Lijiang, I think it might have been Gardens, and there was a Tracer on me, and then they just turned away. I wasn't up in the air or anything. I was like, oh, okay, I'll just fly away now. Moira too, when I was playing Moira, yeah, I can get away. I do have movement abilities in my favor too. There were times when like you guys were pretty good about punishing me. On Hollywood, man, I screwed up when I went to chase after the Zen. And you guys killed me and then you snowballed the point. That was probably my fault, to be honest with you. But like after that, I didn't feel too much pressure. Again, it could have just been my hero.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Moira's is like just like pouncing on that shiftability. It's almost the same level of like focus when a Tracer has no recall. Like that kind of level of like, okay, she just used shift. She's a sitting duck right now. If you can find her after that, like that's the time to just pounce.
Yeah, when you do that, like, oh, if you see Moira fade, she's like a really like optimal dive at that point. She's basically immobile. Like she has no mobility. It's not like Lucia.
She's
where
got
he's
this
always
hitbox that is just like it feels real easy to one clip her as Tracer. So if she doesn't have her shift, you can just
she's kind of upright and her head's like at a pretty like
she
almost
seems,
at like
she's
McCree
like
level.
really skinny, but for some reason, I don't know what it is about her hitbox.
It's like the McCree syndrome. How his like the top area where his like chest and his throat and his face is really fat.
Yeah, so she needs that shift. Without that, she's actually like really vulnerable.
Yeah.
I was gonna say for your team, it felt like there were a couple times when you would like double use ults or something like that, and it's pretty valuable to be discussing ultimates like in between fights and stuff, and then creating plans,
I noticed that a few
etc.
times with DPS ults, especially. I think
Exactly.
there weren't too many staggered support or support ults like at the same time, right? Were there?
No,
No,
I don't
like,
think
But
so.
then-
they're running
you
Anna
noticed-
like Mercy most of the time.
Yeah,
so
that is the other thing. You guys were just running Mercy like every match, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And
Sometimes I feel
Like,
like Mercy's
rarely
spot
ever
now
wins
is like a
them.
Pharah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she's
Mercy's
like really a
not
must
strong.
pick.
Yeah.
Now,
she's a
I
bit-
think you guys might want to like try to be a little bit more flexible with some of your support picks and your tank picks too, because like on Gibraltar on our defense, like you guys really just needed to dive me and the Ana in the back line. Like
The
you
Widow.
needed to swap off that.
Or Soldier.
No, I was playing
You're Soldier,
Soldier
right?
back there. Yeah, when we were on defense. I think a dive, just like a hard dive, would like probably win you that point.
Yeah, since I'm able to play Moira now and I can actually like fade away, escape, defend myself, heal myself now, that really relieves the rest of my team to actually put on a lot of pressure. And then on top of that, I put on a lot of pressure myself on the squishies. And that's something that when I play Mercy, I'm not able to do that really for the team. They do kind of have to peel for me a bit more, or if I play Ana or Zen, like you want to be able to practice that here because I think you only ran her on Li Jiang there towards the end. That can really free up the rest of your team to do more things. Like Autismus can actually like go out and freaking frag out and not have to worry about me anymore. So
I usually don't anyways. But,
Yeah.
There's Lucio.
So talk about it.
Yeah, I guess on that subject, like a little bit of feedback like that we got early on that helped us with that in that regard was like we actually started running drills like in our practices where we would do 3v3s in like a deathmatch map or something like Castillo or like one of those maps, and we would put the 2 DPS with the main tank like a Winston to practice the dives, and then
we would like
put,
swap it up like a little bit.
yeah,
like,
but for the most part, it was like you put the Diva Lucio with like a Zen or something, somebody to peel for, and then like you just practice like the DPS team practices diving that Zen, getting that pick.
they just like try to delete like
Yeah,
one.
and the other two practice peeling for them, like looking for where they're coming in.
I mean, you can change that kind of thing up and do like all sorts of things where you just
Yeah.
have like, I don't know, like your 2 DPS just try to like
Yeah.
clutch it against like more people or
Yeah.
like whatever you want.
And with our team, like I think
drills like that can be pretty useful.
that chemistry came more as we played, but early on I thought it was really beneficial because I was playing main tank. It really helped me get synergy with my DPS players to like get in on dives and stuff, and I thought it helped our off tank like Diva player with peeling and learning like those cooldowns and like when to kind of like be aggressive with it and stuff. So definitely something to try if you guys want to, but I thought it helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Ramos?
Well, I have one thing about like going off like not being flexible. You also have to like try and adapt to what we're doing. Like if you see like someone's constantly playing high ground and you can't get to them because you're death ball, you might need to swap the dive or like run a diva or something. Like try and actually think about like what would be most optimal in that situation to run. Don't just run like a class just because it's meta. Like you can run if someone's good at a certain class and it's actually pretty good in that situation. Why not just try and run it? Like don't try and limit yourselves to like meta
I
heroes.
mean, you guys,
and, like,
they're definitely like
comps.
swapping like a lot of different
Yeah.
things. It seems like you guys are kind of still like trying to figure
Aspect
out
was
what comps.
swapped to every freaking
Yeah, Aspect, you were all over
roster.
the place. huh?
I was like, wait, Aspect's playing Ryan? What?
Yeah.
All right. How about you guys?
I just have
Yeah.
one thing.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, earlier I had my mic muted, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yep.
So I want to say something you guys did really well was punishing when we were diving. We have 3 shot callers on our team. We rotate in between our shot callers depending on who we're playing or who's doing better, I guess, like shot calling wise. For instance, like you probably saw me half the time play Zenyatta, half the time play Mercy. When I'm Zenyatta, I shot call. I call out discords, and that's it. But one thing you guys did really good was punishing when we were diving, because we would have healers that can't necessarily dive with the team, and like you would have like one map. I got really frustrated because you had a Diva, a Genji, a Tracer, and a Winston who were all jumping on me and Para or Sammy, who would kill us over and over again, and then it'd be like a 64 or a 5v4 with your guys' favor, and we had no healers. I'd say a couple things. If we were better, like a little better coordinated, we would have been able to pick off your Genji who was capping quite a lot, because capping was overextended a lot, but he'd get like 2, 3, 4 kills out of it, so it basically worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think like if the reaction time was a little bit quicker, the focus was a little bit quicker, that we would have been able to capitalize on that and kill him instantly. And then it would have been an insta 65 in our favor.
Yeah, I got a lot of free reign.
Yeah, no, for real.
I just kind of I would like try to gauge where you guys is, and I made decisions based on that, which normally I shouldn't be able to do.
I don't know who was playing Winston.
Me, Disco.
You might want to drop your shield a little earlier, because you were basically waiting to drop your shield until you landed. And the big thing with Winston's shields to create space in between the teams. So our DPS and our tanks were in front of the shield, but you were basically dropping it on the healers, which was protecting you, and you were killing the healers from it. But I think it might work better for your team if it was somewhere in between. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on the the push in particular, because
That makes sense.
most of the time when I drop my barrier offensively, it's because I'm in and deep, and I need that extra survivability for me.
Okay.
But I definitely I think on points particularly I think when we run dive on King of the Hill, I definitely think there's those gaps where you can drop the bubble in between and
Yeah, makes sense.
control more fights. So that's good advice though for sure.
So, sorry, I just want to poke at some in that regard to what you're saying about Cap'n, because I was kind of watching him too. The thing is that those flankers are only going to do what you guys let them get away with. So just keep that in mind, that if there is a flanker on your back line, you guys got to be able to peel, get back, and bully him back. Tanks, your tanks got to make that kind of space, kind of thing. Because, I was kind of doing that too. I was seeing whatever I could poke with to get away with, things that I normally wouldn't do. But, we just kind of test the waters. And especially Cap'n, because, I was watching them that whole time. I don't think I ever saw him dive when he did overextend, which means that, yeah, I feel like it was just an issue in communication. So perhaps he would have died, but I think he was just doing what he was supposed to do.
You guys were definitely able to shut me down a few times when I just went too deep, got too aggressive as Tracer.
Yeah.
But
We're an evil
I don't know.
Tracer.
There were a lot of times you weren't able to. Also, probably more, I guess.
Yeah, that's why, whenever we had a Mercy or if we had an Ana, I was just kind of watching the backline for Tracer, and I was just trying to poke at her to not let her do that. So, anyway, sorry.
Not very well when I play Tracer.
Yeah, how many different people played Tracer for you?
It was me and Skelly playing Tracer. We switched off, because if we want to run Genji, I have to go Genji.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, our
Skelly-
DPS is Aspect Skelly, and then our tanks are usually Gambino, and endgame was Guts, or which is Gambino, or Vic is another one of our tanks, and then me and Sammy are our healers. But that last round we had Sammy as Zarya, and we moved Gambino to healer there.
Okay.
Yeah, and me and Skelly both go tank when you think, okay, we could use a lot more health, and then say one of us is popping off really well and the other one doesn't really do much, we'll try and get them to go tank. See if they do more there. Just run triple.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I have too much to say about your Tracer aspect. I don't think you played it too much tonight, did you? You were usually on other stuff.
I played mainly.
You played a lot of Genji and Soldier, and you played.
I saw you on Hog a lot.
Skelly, you played
I
a
didn't play
lot of Tracer.
I did play Soldier actually. Damn it, I hate
Yeah.
Soldier now.
I think your
Trying my
movement on
hardest not to
Tracer
play
was.
him.
Oh yeah, I think your movement on Tracer was pretty good, Skelly. It was hard for me to force a 1v1 with you when I wanted to. You were pretty slippery. So that was good. You were pretty annoying for a backline a lot of the time, especially when I was playing McCree. It was fuck, I want to kill this guy, but you
that's
just
what I'm
played
stay
the
out of
Tracer
flashbang
on,
range. And
Let's let them finish their feedback real quick.
oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Whenever I was playing Tracer, I was trying to poke at the backline. I was mostly playing an avoiding game. I couldn't really get to anyone. I was really avoiding McCree and Anna a lot.
Yeah, I mean you're doing really really well with that. I think if you had just some more coordinated dives with your tanks, or a lot of times you were playing Tracer and you didn't even have a Winston, so it was just not even really possible, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you had some more coordinated dives with that, I think you would have been able to do a lot more work, because you kind of need as Tracer, you kind of need the rest of your team to just make it so we have to ignore you, they just need to get in there, and then you can just absolutely wreak havoc. But there weren't too many opportunities, I don't think, for you. But you were really slippery for sure.
That's good to hear. I work on that a lot.
Skelly likes playing Tracer. I make him go something else though. I make him play something else, like Junkrat.
And then you go Tracer because you have 4 times the Tracer experience that I do.
And
yeah, I mean, your Tracer was definitely good. You definitely beat me in a Tracer 1v. Alright, there was one time I was fucking just standing in choke on a Lunar Colony, and I was shot calling or something and not paying attention. Then I'm just one clip, just dead. That felt real bad.
Who was playing Junkrat on your defense on Gibraltar? like up
Skelly.
high. That was really good.
Skelly.
You were doing really well. Like
Yeah, that
you
was
kept,
annoying.
you were like at certain points, like we literally had to like send half of our team to go deal with you. I was like, like I remember like saying out loud, like, where the fuck is the Junkrat? I was like trying to push up,
Yeah.
and
I was half the
Sorry.
time I was going. Literally half of them are chasing me. What do I do? I don't have a
You're
mind.
just so fucking
I
terrifying.
tried
up there.
helping you, and then I saw like, wait, half of them's there. I want to go over here.
right. It was
Yeah,
very-
I ulted
we were-
and healed you and flew over to res,
Mhm.
and Zarya solo ulted me as I was res.
It
felt
did
good.
look like a solo. It looked like Zarya tried shooting it at our team and then just hit you in the face.
It might have.
That's
yeah,
great.
that was
Yo,
funny.
I think we were only able to like push in there at all like the one time you weren't on that like ledge up to
Mhm.
our right.
I
you
think Junkrat up on that ledge is so
like-
strong.
Yeah, like we spotted you not up there, and we were like talking about like swaps we needed to make, and then we spotted you not up there, and we were like, all right, we're just like taking this fight. And
We're down
Almost-
3 people,
it
but
almost
they don't have
worked.
the Junkrat up there. We're
it
good,
almost
boys.
worked.
Trying to think of anything else I can think of. I honestly, I have nothing to say about any of the healers except for I hate Mora. But
Yeah.
Might be a little
Wait,
overtime.
wait,
because
wait,
I
I
killed
have-
you a few times.
Wait.
not like I hate you.
I don't know.
just hate
I
Mora.
like Moira personally.
Owen, let me just say this.
Um,
It's not very constructive criticism, but to give your opponents a chance, please get off Moira once in a while, man.
Dude, yeah.
It's like playing Genji and then being zapped from like halfway across the map, dude. It's like,
Yeah, man, I gotta keep you off, dude. I gotta keep you back. I'm like, alright, if Genji doesn't get back, I'm just gonna kill him.
as I say
was a
that,
healer.
I just got hooked halfway across. Okay, that was a thing.
I was just gonna
I'm
say I don't
playing
have anything to say about the healers because I didn't interact with them at all, minus the fat bacon alts in my face from the Mora. But because I was a healer, so all I really encountered was like mainly the Winston. The Winston was on my ass the entire time, which is really good because that's basically what Winston's supposed to do. Whoever played Diva when you were playing Winston, also did a really good job of diving. Give me a second, I gotta let my cat inside.
I was really tilted. Who was the diva? It was Croctopus, right?
Yep, crack.
Yeah, it's
Hi.
Brock.
I remember seeing this in the kill feed, and I was just like, "You killed me as Baby Diva." I was like playing
Dude.
Tracer or something, and then
Yeah,
I
you
just
killed-
see you get like 4 kills immediately after
That
that.
was Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
That was.
It's Hollywood
Oh,
first point.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Who
I
was
was
your
just like,
second
well,
DPS?
that's just a lost fight immediately
Yeah.
because
You really can't ignore her. Like
Her
I was-
gun just does a
I was
surprising amount of
I was the
damage.
second one as Genji. I think I died first that fight.
Yeah, our
'Cause it
two
was Croc and
our two DPS were
Mac
Cap'n
are your
and
healers, right?
Wonder. No,
Croc and
No, me.
it was
Me
Max-
Owen and
I remember-
Taylor.
Max and Obesity.
I remember I'd whittled down the Mercy down to one shot, and then after that, Noah got the kill on the Mercy, and then Baby Diva was just popping the fuck off.
Baby Diva just came out.
everyone just died.
That's our secret weapon. Don't tell anyone.
Alright.
Diva.
We're like D-Mech, crack. Let's go.
Yeah, we just told
Baby
her
Diva is
Let's
more
go.
deadly than Diva sometimes.
frag out.
Croc, I want you to throw, but don't throw. Just
Yeah,
get yourself
just
out
give
of
him
that.
give him your mech, then take everything. It's an even trade.
Your diva is really annoying, especially when I'm like trying to dive, especially like when I played like soldier or something or widow. I just remember like every time I tried to get I'd get like maybe 2 hits on widow as a widow, and then I'd get like a diva in the face, and sometimes even though I did manage to deck her, she got me to the point where I had to fall back or die, and that was really frustrating as my part as like a soldier or a widow, just not being able to push forward with. Like,
Along with that, good. If you got anything else,
oh, that pulse was supposed to work.
on Lee Zhong first point, I remember I got Diva out of mech like 2 or 3 times on the far left side, and I literally had to hide behind the table and wait for my blink stim to come up because I was gonna get bursted down if I tried going over it.
It's like scary. It's scary to 1v1 a Baby Diva as Tracer. Actually, like her hitbox is so tiny. Like
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
you
Her
need to
pistol
not fuck
damage,
up.
she can like 2-shot, 3-shot you if she gets headshots, and it's
Yep.
just so easy. 'cause
Just
I swear,
the
I
If you
exact
don't have
same height
cooldowns,
as
if
you.
you don't have cooldowns, don't do it unless you know you can
I
one
swear,
her.
Baby Diva's pistols, her little projectiles are as big as Hanzo's arrows.
Yeah, they're
They are, and they
giants.
do the same amount of fucking damage.
No, she has the same pistol as Mercy does, but it just has a higher fire rate.
And it's-
Literally does the same amount of damage as
No,
Mercy
actually, no, it's 14, not 20.
So Mercy's is Mar.
Thing
Do you
is,
play
I
as Diva,
think
bro?
my reasoning for my reasoning against the baby diva, she's the same height as you, while most other characters are taller than you, and so it's like.
And the AD spam, her hitbox is so thin
Yeah.
that you can't just hold in place. You have to try and track her, or you're gonna lose.
Right.
So I ran Genji, Pharah, Zarya, and McCree for one round, I
You
think.
ran a lot of
And
red.
Ilios.
You played like Soldier for like half a round and like Tracer for like a second too, right?
You
I was
played
trying to
Winston
figure out
for a
what I
push.
could do against your comp. 'Cause
Did-
nothing I was
Do
doing.
you guys
was
have
really,
any feedback on either of those, like any of those heroes?
Oh yeah, it would be cool
Um,
if you guys had any feedback specifically on Captain because he was like trying out. So if you guys had,
So
I didn't know I was
think
trying
his
out.
Genji was on point. I'm pretty sure that you just recruited a Master Grandmaster Genji and just calling him Diamond. But his actual his Genji was on point, I think. And yeah, he's a diver. I do think sometimes he was a little out of position trying to like 1v6 our team, and we just couldn't kill him.
That's
Like I
just
said,
taking
if I would have been able
advantage.
to discord him quicker or anything, we would have focused him a little quicker. We would have picked him off. But I think DPS wise, he's really good. You said you played. I know you played Genji because that was the most annoying for me.
He played.
And you said you played
McCree.
McCree and who else?
believe he played
and
Tracer.
Pharah. Oh yeah, okay. So I remember when you were Pharah. I think your positioning is really good, and your management of your space bar of your fuel was also really good because you were basically in the air longer, or just a little bit longer than ours. You didn't hit. I think you only hit one body shot on me, if I remember correctly. The rest were just like splash damage. So like when I was in the air, I felt pretty safe. Like against you as Pharah, even though you were kind of getting it was like a pharmacy battle in the air for like a solid 30 seconds there.
I think I got maybe because I think I remember taking you there once, like with
and I was falling down because I think Pharah had gotten shot by some head scan, and I was falling down. Hey, stop, PJ. I was falling down, and you smoked me in the body, and then hit me with splash damage. Killed.
Yeah, I think it was in the play of the game, like the big one at the end.
Yeah, I think it was play of the game too. Yeah, definitely.
that was nice play.
And then your McCree, I don't remember your McCree, so I can't say anything about your McCree. And you said you played Zarya?
Yeah, we both played McCree and Zarya. He probably, I guess, played more. Sorry,
I think
I'll go for a
on
bit more headshots on McCree.
What map did you play Zarya on?
Lunar Colony and
Lunar Colony.
maybe Lijiang? No. Did you do it on
I don't think that's not Li Shang.
Hollywood? No, you were mostly Genji on Hollywood.
I can't remember. I thought I did it on another map.
I know,
too, though.
definitely on Lunar Colony, because we swapped to like triple tank, I think, at the end, or like second point. Once you guys got the first point, I think that's what we did.
I think it was mostly.
Oh yeah, because we played Dive
Lunar.
Zarya there, and
I think it was only maybe for like one map per point.
Yeah.
I think, though, by far, I think your best hero that you played against us was Genji.
What was my
Genji,
Pharah?
you were always on me or a healer or some target and getting multi-kills, especially with your blade, especially when you guys nano-bladed on... I don't even remember what map it is.
Gibraltar, I think, was the only map I got nanoed.
It was...
We were on defense.
It was either the first or the second map blade.
Okay.
Aspect, your fair was all right.
Thank you, by the way.
Your fair was pretty good most of the time.
Most of the time.
Definitely like wrecked us. There was one time on Ilios. This is the only time I am actually thinking of where I was like, I've got high noon. Aspect's gonna get too high here, and I'm just gonna kill him. And then you just did that. Like a second
I think
later.
if I had any
you
like,
gotta watch that.
if I had any
I saw
general
the McCree,
feedback,
I didn't know if you had ult though.
I would say your game on Lijiang was a lot stronger than on Ilios. I thought on Garden you were very dominant, like you were actually getting pretty solid picks on us and forcing us to kind of regroup. And I think mainly it was because of where you were poking from as Pharah. Because, like, I think with Pharmacy, one of the best, like, I mean, and you were doing it well, and, I mean, I know No Wonder just talked about, like, how you were going high, and that's not always the best idea, but for the most part, on those maps, like, you want to just get as high as possible
I mean, yeah, no, you definitely
and
do what
poke
you
from
know. You just have to
a
be
safe
careful about-
distance, pretty much.
Yeah, you just need to be careful about like your cover and like
Yeah,
just tracking all
I
stuff,
thought-
I guess, but that's not even totally necessarily on you. Like that might
Yeah.
be someone else's job.
Yeah, okay.
I thought on Lijiang you were good because you were kind of centered in the map. You were staying staying kind of like right in the middle, and you could see more that way.
Me
On
too.
Ilios, you kept approaching from like the left, and that cut off your sight lines to a lot of our players. Like you could, I kept like throwing. I was playing Orisa on that map on Well, and I kept like throwing grabs over the top left building to try and pull you in because you kept going with Mercy. I don't know if you were going for flanks or something over there, but I remember like me and like I think all the healers who were around me were very safe from you there because you couldn't see us. So it was like I think if you were poking for a more centralized position, you would have got more value out of it.
On leashing like city center or whatever it is, not the one with like the boot pit and not
Night
the one that's
Garden?
like inside. The other one is it
Night Market.
Night Market.
Yeah.
That's it. You were doing like really well on fair on that map. I don't even think it's like really a very strong map for her. Like she's all right there. It's not nearly as good as like the garden or whatever.
The one that you can.
But you were using the cover like really well, and you were able to like just surprise me as McCree a few times. But also like you have to if you want to contest, like you have to go like into the point, and like that kind of sucks as fair. And I was able to shut you down a few times because of that. But you're still like
For the
doing
most
pretty
part,
well
good.
on that map in general.
All right, cool.
You guys
Usually my fucking can't think. Zenyatta. Usually my Zenyatta's on point. Like, and I usually play Zenyatta on attack and Mercy on defense. And with our other healer, our sub healer, we've been running Mercy and Symmetra on defense. Me being solo healer, and then shield gen or telly as need be. But my Zenyatta was trashed tonight. I even warmed up with him for like an hour and a half, getting headshots on all of my team, and then just couldn't
Yeah.
do anything. Like,
He's not joking. He was actually
Everyone has
killing us.
nights like that.
Yeah.
like I actually literally I'm a really good Zenyatta, even though I main Mercy. I think my most damage in game is like 21 or 22,000 in a comp game with Zenyatta. But like just tonight, I just could not do anything.
Yeah.
I was hitting discords, like that's easy, but I could not get dinks to save my life, which is another probably big reason that Genji was able to do so much
right.
on our team.
Partially, Puff. That could partially be because of pressure, though.
Because of what?
Just pressure under.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you're constantly getting dove, you don't have time to like really just like think about every
Yeah.
shot.
And that's what
Yeah.
we were talking about with
All
more
that.
flexibility on the healer role, because like that was part of the reason why I mentioned like the dive practice, because that really was easy for us to get on you and Anna. Like you played a lot as Zen Anna,
Yeah,
and
like you
those
guys
are the
were often like by each other, but I felt like you weren't really getting much peels from each other
Right.
or for the rest of the team. A lot of
and
the
because those are the two most immobile supports, it's like pretty easy
time.
for us to
Yeah,
just
like, if you had a
jump.
Lucio,
Yeah.
like just have a pocket Lucio like for your Ana or something like that.
Yeah.
Super good. Makes it like almost impossible.
Just
for
boop and speed
you to
away.
dive it on unless you have like 2 or 3 people in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't think you played
Yeah.
bad by a long shot. It was just
Yeah.
a difficult situation to play under.
Just like little things. I don't know.
There's no wonder you're a hit scan guy now. Is he
Yeah.
just hit scan? Yeah.
for the most part. He's flexible. He does
When did
things.
you
Mostly
learn
Tracer.
Widow?
What?
When did you learn Widow?
When did I learn? Wait, what'd you say?
When did you learn Widow?
I still can't hear the first thing. You're the first word, dude. When?
Widow,
I'm not-
when?
Oh,
Did you
Widow
learn
when?
your
Yeah,
Widow?
I know. I'm still learning her, dude. I don't know. I've been playing her for like the last few months.
Yeah, we
I
pull her
guess.
out on a few maps like Gibraltar, Junkertown.
It's-
Yeah.
No wonder his
It's not-
budget
it's not
kept
like-
free.
Yeah,
He's
but-
out.
I'm still
Budget
not
cap.
that great. I miss
Send-
a fucking
Free to
lot.
go.
Sans Adderall.
But
Budget-
on
budget
like
cap.
maps where she's strong, I think I can get a good amount of value out of her.
Yeah, ruins, second point icon wall, tons of
Yeah,
good spots
so-
to run her.
200 milligram IQ.
All right, guys. Well,
Very fun.
All right, if anyone's got
Yeah.
anything else, say it now. Forever hold your peace, I guess.
or at least
Uh,
until the next time we scrim.
Yeah, until next time we scrim. Yeah.
Was
Yeah,
fun,
I don't
guys.
have anything else feedback wise to say. I just want to say that I would like to keep scrimming you guys.
Okay.
You're a team that's been playing together for a while, even if you had someone trying out or not. 5-6 of the team has been playing together for a couple
Yeah, for
months.
sure.
We're still
By
a
the
pretty
way-
fairly new team. We just started getting some of our synergy down, like in comp and being able to beat other 6 stacks, stuff like that.
Yeah, just
How much is your-
yeah, general advice just from a team's perspective, because I always harp on it too, is just communication. You guys need to make sure that you communicate what's going on, and
Cooldowns.
and you guys
Mhm.
have follow up. That's the thing too. It's like those
Yeah,
are the two
just
big
try to
things.
find like a a shot calling system that works for you. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
we find it useful to divide, you know, shot calling and target calling, and just make those like two different jobs. You know,
We
but-
kind of have a system like that right now.
Yeah.
Like,
you guys mentioned
if
you
I
had, like, the three
play,
people.
if I play Zenyatta, I'm the main shot caller. If I'm Zenyatta, I'm because I just
like
call
that.
out
That sounds more
Discord.
like target calling to me. Like if you're just
Yeah.
calling discords.
Oh
like-
yeah. And then if I'm not target calling or shot calling or whatever, I think we have
Vic says
Skelly
Skelly.
and Vic.
Vic's mainly it as well, because Skelly is more focused. Skelly does a lot better when he's focused, but if
Yeah.
Vic's doing
Sure,
really
yeah.
bad,
I mean,
Skelly
it's-
can pass off well enough to be able to get the job done.
Speaking of Vic, I feel like Vic's been trying to talk all night, but his mic's quiet or something, and I hasn't been able to
shit.
say anything.
You there?
Are you there,
buddy?
Vic?
I'm here, alright.
Yes.
Hello there, Vic Star.
Do you have any feedback you want to say?
Yeah, like, every time I was playing Roadhog for, like, several matches. And every time I would get a hook on someone, like Lucio, for example, that one time, and McCree, I think, your entire team would just, like, peel for them. Like, holy shit, I can't kill them. There's either a D.Va shield in my way, or, like, I get fucked by Ryan.
Yep.
See, there's such thing as called a team body block. They do it in football a lot, and
Yeah.
what they do is they implement it. So they get like they hack like, you know, their whole friends into the game. So they have like, you know, a full like 7-8 people in front of them, and then they
Yeah, I mean, no, that kind of thing is something we've definitely been working on. And I know, like, I fucking yell super loud every time I get hooked. Like,
I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
But yeah, like, in that entire scrim, I think I killed, like, 2 people with my hook. Because
Yeah, how was
all of
my
you
hook?
just, like, get fat.
Yeah, and one of them you hooked me off the map, you bastard. Unless that wasn't you on Li Zhang.
that was
That's way where like where
I was like, I'm
our
gone,
dog
I'm gone.
hooks you off on well, and then he gets like pulled off by the Orisa.
Oh, that felt so bad.
That was
I was
fun.
like, I did it, and then
That was great because we actually were like really worried about that play. Like Croc was like, "Dude, if you grab him up above with your like Orisa right click above the shield, I can hook one of them." And like he
and my
just,
timing was perfect.
it was
and
perfect,
then
but he ended up
killed
getting the
me.
Roadhog, and then he just got grabbed in himself anyway.
Wait,
So it was
So I don't know if this wasn't planned. The first round on Elios, I don't know if it was completely planned or was by accident. The Orisa pulled us out like right above the shield, and then the Pharah immediately booped at the same time.
Yep.
Was that like an accident?
Oh,
or
yeah,
that
that
like,
was-
As
Because you immediately like
100%
we didn't-
planned. 100% planned.
yeah, 100%.
so basically it wasn't planned at all, was it? It wasn't planned, was it?
We
No.
we didn't coordinate it,
100%
but I
planned.
feel like a mental
100%.
wavelength was struck there, and we were just on the same
we
ethereal
were
plane.
actually just like, all right, we're going
the same
full
time.
I felt it. I felt the vibes.
Yeah, there was a vibe. Like I couldn't see Farah above me. I didn't even know we had a Farah at the time, but I knew. I just knew there was something there that was gonna help me if I grabbed there.
Some kind
Yeah,
of
no, you
magical
grabbed
connection.
me up, and I was like, "Oh crap, I've got grabbed. I'm open to fire." And then, like, I was like, as I was thinking that, I just get booped like 60 feet forward straight into the well. I'm like, "Whoa!" I guess that solves the problem.
That was a fun map. That was fun. I love boot maps.
That was slightly stressful on my part because I couldn't do anything against anybody.
Yeah.
Alright,
That,
guys.
that should be y'all strat on Elios. That part, just alright. You're gonna sit up here. You're gonna pull him up, and I'm gonna boop him at the same time. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, Max.
It definitely works.
There he is. All right, boys.
Alright, guys. Well,
Good games,
scrims,
guys.
Good playing with you guys. Yeah, good games for
How's
sure.
the hog on Gibraltar?
Add me.
Oh, shit.
Add me. Add Cap'n. I want friends.
I love
you.
you.
My friends list. Well, I can add you here. I'll type. I can't type it. Never mind. It's my Smurf account is Daddy Hammer
Daddy Hammer.
number 1147.
That's
I
awesome.
swear
All of my
Daddy
Hammer.
accounts
Yeah.
have Daddy in them, even though I'm not a
One.
father.
144.